You're listening to Hunting The Frontlines, part of the Praying and Slayin podcast network. This show is led by retired Army Sergeant Justin Wilson and dedicated to the men and women hunters who serve or have served in the U.S. military and chase game wherever they're stationed. From on-base hunts to wild ground just outside the wire, Hunting The Frontlines is your go-to resource for scouting new terrain, learning the ropes, and making the most of every opportunity at your next duty station. Now let's dive in.
Welcome back, everybody, to Hunting the Frontlines podcast. I'm your host, Justin Wilson, and today we have a very special guest, really good friend of mine, U.S. Army vet Joe Barry, ex-canine handler, done a lot of stuff in his career, and he did a lot of hunting down in Alabama at Fort Rucker. So that's what we're going to talk about today is his experience there. Plus, at the end of this podcast, we're going to have a couple post to put up on some resources he actually just gave me just this morning about hunting there. So if you guys need a visual aid kind of like I do, we'll have it on there. You guys check it out, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So what's up, man? It's weird seeing you with facial hair. I'm used to seeing that baby face.
I know, right? I'm trying to catch up to you, man.
Hey, I'll be cutting mine off here in about probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't go. I was going to try to go like, Duck Dynasty style, but I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I get it trimmed up about once a month.
That's how I am. I got it about once a month, maybe every 3 weeks or so. I have to go and get it trimmed up. If not, it grows out here.
Exactly.
This takes a while to grow, but this here just bushes out, and I look like a homeless man. I'm like, I can't do that.
That's what my wife said. She's like, you look homeless. So I think I'm going to convince her to grow it out here, but yeah, I can't do that.
So, man, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, I see all your posts on Facebook. I see all your hunting adventures, everything else. I see your woodworking adventures.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I haven't seen you in forever. So I think next year I'm going to plan a trip to come out and do some hunting in Missouri. If I do, man, we'll get together.
Heck yeah. Or meet halfway in between somewhere. I'd like to, you go on some pretty cool hunts. So, yeah, definitely sometime we need to link up.
Dude, you're always welcome. Any hunts you want to join me on, man, just let me know. You're always welcome. You know that.
Heck yeah.
You know that. You're always. And I was going to tell you anyway, I just picked up a piece of private land out in Missouri.
Nice.
It's about 15, 20 miles from Leonardwood. It's,
okay.
I think 275 acres.
Nice.
The guy has, well, he doesn't. He's leasing the ground out to farmers. They've got cattle and stuff on it, but there's a lot of fields, a lot of woods.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I can work around the cattle. It's a guy who used to be stationed with at Leonardwood. He's
really?
Retired now, living out there, and he works on base as a contractor. So he just bought a new farm. He's like, yeah, come on out and hunt.
Who is it?
His last name's Wright.
Right. No,
yeah, so he's not an MP, wasn't a dog handler, nothing like that. He did logistics and something else. I met him at the ASP because I got crazy story, man. I moved to Leonardwood. I had talked to Adams. You know Adams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Me and Adams were stationed together in Alaska, stationed together in Germany.
Yep.
He was up at HRC at the time, and he called when I was at Leavenworth. He's like, hey, man, I got to move you. I said, I know. I said, I've been trying to get out of here anyway. So he's like, well, where do you want to go? He's like, you want to be a kennel master? What do you want to do? I was like, no, I'm done with K9. Get me the hell out of here. So this place is like the mafia. You got to die to get out of here. I don't,
Yeah.
So Leonardwood, here I come, became an instructor there. Well, then I'm at work one day and they come like, hey, you got your license to haul hazmat, right? I was like, I don't know why.
No.
Like, well, we need somebody up at ASP to haul explosives for the engineers, and we don't have anybody that's hazmat qualified right now, but you saw in your file you are. I was like, no, I think it expired. Like, no, we already checked into it. You just got to go online and do a little test for a refresher. You're good.
Yeah, like Ammo 62, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Click one,
like,
yeah.
Damn. All right. They're like, yeah, you're going to go up there and haul explosives for a while. You won't be there long. We'll get somebody else certified. You can come back. I thought, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That never happens.
No, never.
So, yeah, I finished up my time at Leonardwood at the ASP. Let me tell you, that was a blast.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, I bet.
But, yeah, he had a farm there before, and it was like 75 acres.
Mm-hmm.
We hunted it. I killed a few up there. A couple other buddies of mine from ASP. They're civilians now. They were ex-military. They started hunting up there after I left, and then he sold it and he bought this new place. I think it's like 275 or 285 acres. It's big.
Wow. Nice. Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, man, just come on out. You want to put cameras up, put cameras up. He's like, show me where you put the cameras. If they put cattle in there, I'll move them, whatever. I was like, all right, cool, man. I appreciate it.
Nice.
So I've got another guy here that wants to hunt with me, but it's hard for him to get out of the state. So I thought, well, you're there.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to hunt, man? We'll go out there and check it out. So I was going to come out this year, but after just having neck surgery, I was like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm knocking my hunting trips down this year to just a couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go into this, man. I want you to tell me about number one, because I ask everybody this. Everybody comes on if they're a vet. I want to know, number one, what made you want to join the military from the get-go? Was it something you wanted? Did you have family that was in the military, or is it just something that you just want to do?
So yeah, I mean, my family, almost every male that I can think of has been in the military. Only my grandfather retired. My other grandfather died right after World War II, but he was in World War II, so it's always there. But what really got me is I was a firefighter right before 9/11. I mean, obviously volunteer.
Yeah.
But 9/11 definitely was a factor, but I always wanted to. And my initial reasoning for joining was obviously to fight, but then I wanted to get the extra points on the FDNY application. And I was just going to do my 5 years and then get out and do the FDNY test. And I wanted to be FDNY firefighter. But obviously, 22 years later, here I am retired. So I never made that. But yeah, the combination of those three things, the firefighter, 9/11, and then history, I just always wanted to join the Army. Ever since I was a little kid running around in diapers, always had camouflage on and my G.I. Joe stuff, you know.
You know, I think, and I mean, maybe I'm off base here, but I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist by any means, but I think it's in certain people's DNA.
Yeah,
I really do, because I was the same way, man. I had all the G.I. Joes. I always thought the TV shows were cool. I always loved action movies, war movies. I always thought they were just really cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I came in way before 9/11. I came in 1996. For me, it was a choice in high school. It's like, okay, I'm in my junior year. I love to party. Dude, I quit football going to my freshman year because I kind of took a wild hit during practice, kind of messed up my back. It wasn't like it was, oh my God, serious. It hurt real bad. And I don't want to say it scared me, but I was just like, I don't know if I really want to do this all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when I graduated high school, man, I was 125 pounds. I was tiny. So it's like, man, everybody's bigger than me. They're all growing faster than me.
Yep.
I like to party. I'm just gonna go out and party all the time. Screw sports. I'm a party. And then it's like, okay, I got to make a choice here. Do I go to college and party my butt off and probably get kicked out of school? Or wait a minute, I've got buddies that are in the Army. They love it. They're partying all the time and they're getting paid for it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a party with a paycheck.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm single, no kids, nothing. Yeah, that's where I'm going. And I think it takes a special kind of person to do it, especially like we did. You stayed in 22. You got 2 more than I did. Yeah. I did 20. I was like, I'm out. See you guys.
Yeah.
But I think it takes a special person to push themselves to that point because we don't have it easy. Everybody thinks it's easy. It's not easy.
No.
By any means. And see, I had the same thought you did. I was like, yeah, I'll do my 5 years and I'm going to get out and be a state trooper. Well, when my 5-year mark hit, I was sitting at 4 years in. I was sitting at Fort Knox, and my ex-wife now, she was pregnant. I was like, oh, wait a minute. You know, the academy, I had already tested and stuff, but the academy was so far off. All this stuff was going. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can wait.
Yeah.
I'll raise my hand.
Yeah, exactly. Just sort of happens. Like, I'll do 5 more, do a couple more. And then finally at that 10-year mark, you're like, well, I'm halfway done.
Yep.
Too much to quit now.
Well, and when I hit my 10-year mark, I was sitting in Iraq, and they're like, hey, it's time for you to re-enlist. I was down there with Timmons.
Yeah.
Old Timmy.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, man, it's your choice. You know, what do you want to do? I was like, man, I don't know. I mean, I've loved it. I've enjoyed it. I've done some cool things, met some really cool people.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I need to stay. I feel like I'm kind of throwing everything the last 10 years away if I do.
Yeah.
He's like, man, they were giving me, it was either 10 or 15,000 for a bonus. He's like, man, it's tax free. You get it one big lump sum now. It's not monthly payments.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, plus you're getting your tax free money down here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, you'll go home with 30 grand in the bank. I'm like,
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. So I re-upped in, and that put me at 15.
Yeah.
And then they started off in early retirement when I got to Lindenwood.
Nice.
But I wasn't one of those guys. They're like, no,
Yeah.
you're good. You can go ahead and just stay another 5. You're good. Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, appreciate it, bud.
So it's like at 15, I got to stay now. It's just stupid to get out.
Yeah. And after 10, it just goes so fast.
Oh, yeah, it does. And I mean, that's the whole
that.
20 years flew by.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like, I remember going to MEPS, signing the paperwork, swearing in, coming back to high school. I was in my junior year when I swore in.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to high school, I'm thinking, man, that's 5 years I got after this. I still got another year of high school. Then I got 5 years. Man, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That first contract was done like that.
Yeah, before you even know it.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing, too, is when I hit – so you came in 2003, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think it was 99 or 2000, they were offering guys 2 years as MPs to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, really? I mean, you guys are getting done with AIT, basic and AIT, and then you've only got like a year left.
Yeah.
Man, I got paid $5,000 to do that. I was like, what? They gave you a $5,000 bonus for 2 years? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man, they snagged me off the bat for 5.
Yeah. I think my first one was 5 years too. I think I had the option for the 2, and I was like, nah, we'll do 5. I was like, we'll get some, at least get something out of it. Because I joined really early. I did the delayed entry program for 2 years before I shipped.
Really?
Yeah, I joined pretty early.
See, I thought I did. I mean, I did it my junior year of high school, so I thought I did it early. So, man, you were like your
I did it. I did it as soon as I could. So I think maybe it's like a year and a half, but it was definitely over a year. I joined as soon as I was 18. I might even join at 17 because my dad had to sign for me still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I joined really early.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had my mom sign for me and stuff, and then my recruiter decided to mess with her.
Yeah.
We went up there, and so I will be honest, man. You always hear the horror stories about recruiting and stuff. Yeah. My recruiter was honest with me. He told me the truth. He's like, listen.
Oh, no? Terrible.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll get into that in a second.
I go into a story about that. That was bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get into that then. I want to hear that. So mine told me, he goes, listen, on the car, because I live in southern Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
MEPS for me is all the way in Indianapolis, so it's like 2.5 hours. So we had a pretty good little car ride.
Uh-huh.
He comes to the house that morning, picks me up. We drive all the way up there. Now, I had to stay in a hotel the night before, so I had to do my physical that day.
Yep.
Stay in the hotel, and then go in the morning, sign up for my job, get all that stuff locked in, and then swear in that day.
Yeah.
So we go up there, and on the way up, he's like, listen, you're going to go in this room and sit down. There's going to be a guy at a computer. You're going to tell me you want to be an MP. He's going to tell you it's not available. All they have is infantry.
Yeah.
He's like, if he tells you that, you tell him, okay, thank you for your time. You get up, and you start to walk away. He will find MP for you.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And it went just like that. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
So they got me locked in. The guy's like, well, you have to go in for 5 years. I'll take it. I'll do 5. It's fine. I'll get out of the Army at 23. I can do that. That's young.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, I did my 5 years. I'll do 5 more.
Yeah.
Let me do 5 more. Well, now I'm at 15. Might as well just do 5 more.
100%.
So tell me your recruiting story.
So I went in, and I'll sum it up because it's pretty long. But the thing was, so my recruiter, he was a military guy, Staff Sergeant Ruffin or something like that was his name. And he took me up to MEPS. I wanted to be a Black Hawk mechanic.
Okay.
So went up there, did all the testing at MEPS, found out I was red-green color deficient.
Oh, man.
You can't be that. You can't. Yep. I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do. So my recruiter's like, well, just sign for something and we'll come back and fix it. So I signed up for PsyOps Airborne, which is weird because you can't be red, green, color deficient and go airborne.
No.
So I took it, and then I went back. I told my grandpa, who's a retired colonel, and he's like, oh, no, that's not how that works. So the next day I went in, that guy was gone. That was the last day on the job. So it turned into this big deal. They did an investigation on this guy because I was like, I don't want to do this. I was like, I don't want to do that. And all these field grade officers came to my house. Didn't know why. Now I know he was under investigation. He got in trouble. So long story short, I got it changed. But then in Hanout, I went to the flight simulator for a theft, right?
Okay.
And guess who walks out of the building?
He does.
Yep. He's like, hey, brother, how's it going, man? My guys, trying to ask me for a favor. I was like, screw you, bro. I was like, get the heck out of here, dude. I was like, yeah, I remember you. Yeah. So, yeah, it was like, hey, buddy. Yeah, right. Ass.
Hey, buddy. Come here. Hey, let's go out behind my truck here. I'll show you, buddy, real quick.
Yeah. You want to catch my dog without a sleep? Yeah, come on.
Asshole.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
So very much summed up, but it was funny. I was like, you got some balls on you, bro, after what you screwed me over. And so, yeah. But my second recruiter was cool. He was actually a civilian. It was when they were trying to do civilian recruiters, and that dude was cool, man. He got me out of in-school suspension and all sorts of stuff. Oh, yeah.
People. So I've had friends of mine that I went to high school with and stuff. We go our separate ways after high school. I joined the military. They go to college.
Yeah.
And they'll sit around and talk about their experience at college and stuff, and college parties and how they can party so hard, and just all this stuff. And I was like, man, you guys have no idea.
Yeah, we did that and woke up at 5 a.m. and ran 4 miles.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, you guys have no idea. I said, dude, in Germany, we go to the bar till 5 a.m, get back to the barracks barely in time to hurry up, run a razor over your face, dry. 30 PDs on to go out and run 4 or 5 miles, and then come back and go to work.
And back in those days,
hang with us.
Yeah, in Monday morning PT formations, you didn't stop running until everybody puked. If you showed up not hungover, you were in trouble. First,
even the senior leadership was hammered.
Oh yeah,
it's like, man, it's stuff like this. I love doing this podcast and stuff, man. Talking to other vets, because people just don't know how crazy the military can be, just in general, not even just the partying, but just like that story you just told.
Yeah.
It's like people just don't understand. I had to explain it to my family. Like my wife got to experience it firsthand because, we lived there, but living on base. So like, oh man, what's that like? It's its own little city.
Yeah.
It's just its own little city. It's got its own police force. It's got everything there, just like any town does. But everybody on that base is trained to kill.
Yep.
That's just what it is. I was like, and, it's crazy. I mean, you have your strange stuff that happens on base. You do.
Oh yeah.
And you have your strange, because they're like, well, it can't be that bad. You guys are all disciplined. No.
Yeah. No. Fort Rucker was probably the wildest place I ever was, and it's all officers. It was the worst one.
Yeah. I've had a mixed review of that, because I've had my NCOs and enlisted that did dumb shit, but a lot of the real crazy and bad stuff was all officers. It really was. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of guys that we've arrested for child porn and stuff. They were officers.
Yeah. That and senior enlisted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I told my wife, I said, I could sit down and write a book about the things I've seen. I really could. I mean, because I was one of those people. I came from a small town, man. We only had, I think, 67 or 68 people in my graduating class.
Yeah. Yeah.
My whole time growing up, we didn't even have a stoplight in our town.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got 2 now.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, coming from this, going to that, it's like, wow, it was an eye opener.
Yeah.
Oh, it really was. And I like getting these kind of stories out there, because people just don't know, man. They don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, you being, just like me, you're a dog handler. You did it for, how long were you a canine handler anyway?
Almost my entire career, except for my first year and a half.
Wow. See, so I did it for 12 out of 20. I did it for 12.
So almost got 20 years, almost 20 years on leash.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I got burnt out, man. I had to go. It was just, I think for me, the biggest thing was just, you always heard, well, we want you to deploy because you got experience.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've got guys that have been in the kennels for 3 years, have never deployed before, but I just got back a year ago.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm done. I'm over it. I had 7 deployments, man. I'm good.
Yeah. What helped me too with the burnout was my instructor assignments. So I had back-to-back deployments, but then I had instructor time, and then I went to the kennels, then I went back to an instructor, then I went to the kennels. And so that sort of broke it up, because I did DTS, instructor at Lackland, and then I did Yuma. So
Yeah, I was supposed to go through Yuma, 2009.
Okay.
I was supposed to go through Yuma, and then they changed it last minute and sent me to Benning.
Benning, yeah, I went through Benning CRC as well when I went over in 09.
That was pointless.
Yeah, it was
pointless.
Yeah.
I mean, the training was good for regular Army units.
Yeah.
But for guys like us,
yeah,
we don't do that stuff.
No. Yeah.
It's like
definitely a check the box.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll never forget it. And I even called back and talked to Crane at the time, as Crane was the kennel master at Leavenworth.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, what am I doing here? I said, this doesn't have anything to do with me at all. He's like, I know, man. He's like, we tried to get you Yuma, so it was based around what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd already been to Iraq a couple times anyway, so it's like I know what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
But they had a guy. I'll never forget this in the training because I kind of laughed, and the instructor kind of got pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's teaching him how to search a vehicle.
Yep, I remember that lane. Yep, it was like, come on.
So he's like, you take the Iraqi, you take the driver, and you stand behind him and put one hand on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You run the other hand on their arm, and you hold their arm, and you make them search the vehicle. No. And I'm standing back here, and I was like, no. He goes, "Is there a problem, Sergeant?" I said, "As a matter of fact, there is." I said, "That's not how it works."
Yeah.
What do you mean? I said, "That's not how it's searched at all."
Yeah.
I said, "Do you understand that if they have a bomb on that vehicle, they're going to blow it up, and you're going with them?
They don't care.
They don't give two shits. They'll light it up in a heartbeat."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, how do you know?" I said, "I've been there twice."
Yeah.
This is my third time going.
Yeah.
I know what's coming.
You've been there.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I don't think they've done that since like 99, 2000 maybe.
Yeah. Since Desert Storm.
Yeah. Well, I was like, man, what is going on here? I thought, nope.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So tell us a little bit about what your career entailed, because I know you've done a larger spectrum in canine than I did. I was a dog handler, I was a kennel master, plans and ops, all that, but I never wanted to go to DTS. I'd heard horror stories about it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of regret that now, because I think it would have made me a more well-rounded canine handler.
Sure. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what all you did, because I know you did a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously joined in 03 at the end, September. I got my first duty station, which was Fort Sam, Houston, Texas. Didn't even know what that was. They still had motorcycle cops when I got there. My drill sergeant's like, yeah, they got horses and motorcycle cops. And I was like, okay. I was like, I think my wish list was Fort Hood, Fort Drum, and I think Meade. I think that was my wish list coming out of basic, and that they're like Fort Sam Houston. I was like, what? So I get there, and the unit didn't even know I was coming. So I'm sitting in the airport, first time away from home besides basic, second plane ride of my life, sit in this airport, call the number, nobody's answering. So after I sit there, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I just called the lady at the airport, just called the MP station, and this MPI guy picked me up. He's like, we had no idea you're coming, blah, blah, blah. So I get there. I start going through the onboarding process for Alpha Company LEC at Fort Sam. And I'm going through the FTO stuff, just got pepper sprayed. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this sucks. And this CW5 walks in. Now that's a ghost.
Yep.
I still remember him to this day. Chief Bomback was his name.
Yep.
White, tricolors, the old school ones.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, Barry. I'm like, oh, shit. What did I do? He's like, you're not supposed to be here. Come with me. I'm like, and I looked at like my platoon sergeant, and he's like, well, go. I don't know. So I go find out I'm in the wrong unit. That's why they didn't know I was coming. So when I showed up, I was part of the advanced team for United States Army South, which was moving from Fort Buchanan, Puerto Rico, to Fort Sam. And there was only like a handful of people there.
Yep.
So it was like the general's aide, and 3 PSD guys. So they take me and 3 other people that came with us from my group, and we go to this trailer, just a makeshift office trailer, because they didn't have any infrastructure yet. So we walk in, and they're like telling us, you're going to be interviewed for a job. And we're like, yes, sir. Roger. Got it. So I walk in this trailer. It's 2 majors, and a sergeant first class. And I'm like, I never even talked to a field grade officer in my life. I'm just a day one PFC, I'm thinking I'm in trouble. So they interview all of us, and they pick me and one of the other three of y'all, or two of y'all, are going back to Alpha Company. So turns out they interviewed us and selected us to be on the PSD team for the Commanding General United States Army South. So, that's how that started. I was there, loved it, absolutely loved it. But then this old RCSM came in. You remember the guy with the baseball? What was his name? He always had this baseball, and he always threw it in the air. He was the meanest dude I ever met in my life, but he actually lives the next neighborhood over now. Yeah, Barrett.
Oh, yeah. I remember Command Sergeant Barrett.
Yeah. So he came to visit our unit one day, and I'm sitting in my office. I'm the only one in uniform because I was the driver for the general, so I always matched his uniform. So everybody else is wearing clothes. I'm in uniform, and he walks in, comes around the corner, snap up parade rest, blah, 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 do all the right thing. He's like, how freaking old are you? You look like you just came out your mother. And I'm like, I was like 18, Sergeant Major. I was like, he's like, how long have you been in the Army? I'm like, 6 months, Sergeant Major, blah, blah, blah. My platoon sergeant standing there. He's like, oh, shit, like behind him. And he's like, you should never be in this unit. You should be in the first damn deploying unit to Iraq. I'm getting your ass out here. I'm just standing there like, I didn't know what to say. I was respectful of parade rest. My uniform was on point. So after that, this dude had a vendetta against me. He called the sergeant major and the general every month for the next 6 months. Sometimes it might have even been twice a month, trying to get me on orders to Iraq.
Wow.
He's like, you're going to Fort Hood, this first unit I can find. You don't deserve to be here. It's like, well, I didn't even ask for it. I'm just like, I was going to Soldier of the Year, man. Like, I was doing all this good stuff. I was fast tracking, and this dude just had a vendetta against me. So long story short, the generals, they were going to send me to Gitmo because they were in charge of Gitmo at the time. But then all that stuff happened. So the general's like, I'm not sending you there. He's like, you got to leave. He's like, nothing because you did this. This guy just has it out for you. And this is a 2-star talking to a specialist at the time, And they're like, where do you want to go? I was like, I want to go to Alaska. And he's like, well, what about a school? And I was like, I don't know. I like what I'm doing. And my platoon sergeant at the time, he was like, what about canine school? It's right down the road. You want to go? I was like, I never even knew the Army had canine. Long story short, took it. They couldn't get me Alaska. They could get me Germany. So I was like, all right, Germany with canine. And that's how it started. And then I went to Hanau, and then I deployed to Afghanistan from there. Yep. And then did that deployment. There I worked with Asymmetric Warfare Group and Task Force Paladin. That was an awesome deployment.
Yep.
That was awesome. Then at PCS to Fort Rucker. As soon as I got there, turned around, went to Iraq, came back from that. And then I re-enlisted. Well, I wasn't going to re-enlist because Iraq was terrible. It just, I had a horrible unit, just no mission, especially after, deploying with the SF guys and all that, and seeing the unconventional side of the Army, and then going to the 82nd and 1st Armored and 1st Cav and being passed around through there and just seeing all the red tape. It was just miserable. That was the time when Obama took over, and he was like, you had to get shot at and run away. It was just miserable. Like, this is BS. I don't want to do this anymore. So I got back to Rucker, and Corvus Littleton, I don't know if you know him.
Yep.
He was my training plans and ops. And he's like, what about Lackland? I was like, you know what? If you can give me Lackland, I'll do it. He's like, we got to re-enlist. And remember, at that time, it was like a handshake deal. You couldn't get in writing because of an Air Force base. He's like, well, I'm not re-enlisting. I was like, I'll do an extension.
Yep.
I was like, and when I set foot on Lackland Air Force Base, then I'll re-enlist. But I ain't rolling the dice. I know the Army. If it ain't black and white, it ain't happening.
Exactly.
So I signed the extension, got on orders, got there, did DTS for first half. Then I went to instructor. Yep. I had the first 31 kilo pipeline guys there. That was pretty cool experience. First Sergeant Peak. He's like, came in, he's like, hey, you're going to have the very first Army kids coming straight out of basic training. I was like, oh, awesome. Roger. Sounds great. When they get here, he's like, tomorrow morning, go find billets, go figure out a plan, all this stuff. So they're like, I had to drive a bus. Sure as heck didn't have a license. They took me on a road test. They're like, all right, yeah, you're good. You can drive. I mean, I drove driving tractors and everything. So I was like, I ain't scared of driving a bus, but yeah, I did that, and it was a good time. I loved the instructor stuff. Then I went to Fort Lee, and I was plans and ops by that point. Did that.
Where were you at Lee?
I was there. What would that have been? 2011 to. No, I'm sorry. My wife and I got married in Texas. So that was 2012. So I'm in 2012 to like 14, I think. 12 to 14.
I came to Lee for certification. I didn't. One of my guys did, but I came with him. So I was our plans and ops at Leavenworth.
Okay.
And he was getting ready to go to, because you guys had a handler there. Man, I cannot remember his name. I think he was either E5 or E6. He had broke his neck like twice. I can't remember if he was infantry or Cav Scout before, and he broke his neck with a vehicle that rolled up on his helmet, and then broke his neck again in Iraq by hitting an IED, and his weapon flew up from the floorboard, hit him in the chin, and broke his neck.
I can't remember who that would have been. I don't remember.
I'm trying to think if that was. No, that may have been 2011. It was either 2011, 2012, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that must have been before I got there because I don't remember him.
Yeah, because I brought another one of our handlers over, Elabash. Hunter came over.
Yeah, it was Ford was the kennel master, Kerry Ford.
Yeah, Ford was there. Ford was there when I brought him over because I knew Ford from days before.
Yeah.
That was the thing with Canine. It was so small.
Yeah.
You got to know everybody.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So
all right, well, go ahead on with your story there.
Yeah. So I was there. I was on a dog, and then I went to the first ever Pet E course up at K2. Got selected to do that, and when I got to do it, it was the Army's intention was to send senior people to then train and certify the rest of the kennels.
Yep.
So there was a test. It was me, a couple Army dudes, and a bunch of Marines. Did that course, certified on that, was the first group of Pet E handlers to hit the field. Then they came out like, yeah, you guys can't teach anybody. We're not going to allow that. So it was a total waste. I was on the dog for a while, he was wild. And it was a good course, but they had a lot of figuring stuff out, and they tried to hoard too much money, and the Army's like, yeah, no. Like they tried to soak up every penny they could. So for lodging, they put us in the owner's extra house. So there's like 6 of us in a room taking the TDY. They were trying to build a hotel. They were trying to get us to buy the e-collars from their store and the bumpers from their store with the GPCs. It was just, it just didn't work out. Great training though. Great training. And by that time, we were also doing it with patrol.
Yep.
Which they obviously didn't do right off the bat. They did at the end, but so great course, did that. And then came time to re-enlist again. It's like Alaska. So I couldn't get it in my contract, but like, yeah, we'll send you to Alaska. So I was on orders for Alaska, re-enlisted, and Sergeant McCall called, my kennel master, Sergeant Carey. He's like, hey, so we got this guy we have in mind for this course in Yuma. Need you to talk to him. So Karen was like, he's not going to say yes. It's like, he's been trying to get to Alaska his whole career. He wants to go to Alaska. He's like, well, you can either say yes or he's going to go. So he's like, talk to him, call me back. So kennel master called me in, and he's like, hey man, they want you to go to Yuma. And I was like, nope, I'm going to Alaska. No freaking way. Ain't doing it. Nope, I'm going to Alaska. I'm on orders for Alaska. He's like, look, man, it's one of these things. It's like, you're either going to go or you're going to be told to go. So you may as well make the best of it. So I was like, I was so pissed, man. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yep. So anyway, called him back. He's like, yeah, I'd love to go to Yuma, Arizona. So I went down there, and that was probably one of my favorite assignments. It was incredible. I mean, we had, I think over the 2.5 years I was there, over 100 some students. Plus we developed a course for the Customs Border Patrol. We ran a couple hundred of their guys through.
Wow.
We killed it, man. And out of all those students, we brought every single one of them home. Even the guys like you, we've had guys that came through with 5, 6 deployments, SF deployments after it. They honestly said, like, we actually learned something here. Just things we haven't thought about, new things. The 3 of us down there, me and the 2 Marines, Mendoza and Gaines, and this Navy guy, we really put our heart and souls into that. We changed the curriculum. We rewrote the whole course. They actually ended up putting me in charge of it because I was a senior ranking person.
Yep.
And that was like the first time an Army guy was ever in charge of a Marine Corps course. Like, I had to learn not only to do all this stuff, but learn how to do Marine, talk Marine, write Marine, speak Marine, brief Marine, because I was briefing the SOI commander after every class. So I learned a lot, just things never even thought of, and especially with that MARSOC input from those guys that did that, and learning how they do things, how we do things, how the Navy does things, and just putting that together. And we went from like a 22% first time pass rate to like 92 or 98. Like, we rewrote everything. We found the gaps in the training. We did like some pre-training before we did things, and taught more than tests. Because when I got there, it was like a test. It was just like knockout, drag out. Like, they wanted to just destroy you. And I was like, And that's what happened. There's E5s running it, they were E5s. So I came up with, look, guys, we got to sort of train. We want them to be successful. We're not giving them the tools, but if they don't know the tool, they've never been exposed to it. They're going to fail, and they're not going to learn. They're just defeated.
No.
So we rewrote some things, and that was great. Then after that, went to Germany again, got called by Abdon. He's like, hey, man, again, I was trying to go to Alaska. And this sergeant major from Fort Leonard Wood came down to see me because they didn't even know I was down there, because you belong to Fort Leonard Wood I&M section when you're down there. It was just a random slot they took away to do this. And the only time I'd hear from Fort Leonard Wood the whole 3 years, almost 3 years I was there, was when PII came up, or when I came up for my SGLI. First someone would call me, where are you at? How are you not down? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm in Arizona. How are you in Arizona when you belong on my books? We're going to figure this out. Wouldn't hear nothing until the change responsibility. First sergeant would call again. I'd call him from leave. They're like, you got to sign in. You're only an E6. It's like, well, I'm in Arizona. They're like, well, how are you signing off a leave? It was just a joke. So finally, nobody came down there to give me a PT test. Nobody came down there to see me in over 2 years. So this sergeant major came in, and he's like, I'm coming down there, him and this major. And they found me. They're like, yeah. At that point, he sort of had a vendetta against me being down there. And he's like, this school the Army doesn't pay for this school. This isn't an Fort Leonard Wood basic training function. This is an advanced school. This slot is coming back to Fort Leonard Wood. We need it for one of our courses, petty. So that's the last one there. And then, so he's like, where do you want to go? Of course, Alaska. I want to go Alaska. Sergeant major and this major took us out to dinner. We're sitting there, and they're like, you know what, Mrs. Berry, where do you want to go? I was like, he's like, Germany. So there we go. He's like, you're getting Germany. Sorry for Alaska. So I was getting there. Then Abdon called me. He's like, hey, man, I got this really bad unit. He's like, I need your help, brother. That's like, it's bad. It's real bad. And Abdon, he exaggerates a lot. He wasn't exaggerating. Was not exaggerating. I get there. 2 out of 20 dogs certified.
Where'd you go? Where was it?
I went to Graf. I took over the 131st. So I was in charge of Graf, Ansbach, and Garmisch.
Oh, wow.
So they just had their last 3 leaders were all relieved of duty. It was just a bad situation. They had a suicide in the kennels. So everything that went wrong there, the command's like, well, they're just healing from this. They're just healing from this. There's no accountability. So I had to go in there, show up, and commander got fired. He's like, bro, I need your help. I failed. you just tell me what you need and we'll make it happen. So I went in there 90 days, did my thing, and went from like a 22% cert rate to 96 or something like that, and maintained it the rest of my time there. We turned that place around, went from the worst unit in the Army almost to one of the highest.
Dang.
Did that, and then I took over they made a combined military working dog detachment in Europe. So instead of being under the line units, like it was when you and I were there the first time, they made a commander and a detachment sergeant that was solely in charge of all 7 kennels in Belgium, Germany, Italy, Kosovo, and our deployed guys in Africa. So I took over as the second detachment sergeant for that. Took care of all that stuff. That was a great job. Awesome. Lots of travel. Got to do a lot of stuff even during COVID. COVID ruined a lot of it, but still had to go see our guys. So I was on the road a lot. I mean, I was TDY for 2 to 3 weeks a month for 4 years. So I was busy. I was busy working with those guys. And then came up on assignment, good old Fort Leonard Wood, and came here, and I was in charge of making new equipment and stuff for the military working dogs. So I got to get the new scent kit pushed forward. I worked on the gas mask for the dogs, all this new technology, these different collars that are gonna tell the handler input on the dog, like heart rate, stress. They're even trying to figure out biological signs to tell when the dog's on odor. I mean,
that's cool.
It was cool just getting down in there and learning and being part of those think tanks and coming up with just anything I could think of, and just throwing it out there and people trying to work on it and do stuff. So that's where I finished. And now, retired here and trying to wait for this hiring freeze to get over so I can get back there. I really like to go back to the CDID and try to do something with that modernization piece again. So that's what my next plan is to get back in there. And because I really think the biggest thing that fails with 31 kilo is there's no continuity there. And when people hear dogs, they're like, we care about MPs. So if you don't have a voice in that office, anything that comes across is just going to be shoved in a corner. So that's my goal, is to get back in there and continue helping the program.
What kills me though, man, is what people don't understand is that dog is a very valuable piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when me and you, like you said, the first time we were in Germany, I was in K-Town.
Mm-hmm.
We were always deployed. We had always had multiple handlers deployed to Iraq.
Oh, yeah. I never even seen half my kennel.
No, and we were gone.
Deployed, just switching.
Yeah. So it's like, we were very sought after, and not just by regular Army units. It was SF. It was the SEALs. It was, Delta. It was all those guys. They wanted dogs. They saw what kind of an asset it is. Now, when you've got your tier 1 guys wanting dogs, that should tell you something. They're kind of important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And not even just in combat. They serve a necessity here in the States and overseas.
Oh, yeah.
So we need guys like you up there doing that. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to have people like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's a wartime asset. That's what everybody thinks of it as. It's like everybody wants it till they don't need it, and then they forget about it, and then it comes up again, and they're like, "Hey, we need this." And so it's rough times right now, especially with all the downsizing and stuff like that. But when the next war kicks off, it's going to be where the dog's at again. It's not going to be robots. It's not going to be everything that they think it is, and that's what they're moving towards. It's going to come back to the asymmetric capability that can't be jammed, can't be countered. So,
and that's the thing, man. People don't understand. Iraqis and Afghanis have tried through the years to try to beat this dog's nose. It's not possible. The cartel does it. They try. It doesn't work. I mean, look at the borders.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they get drugs through, but we seize a lot of drugs at the borders that the dogs find.
Yeah.
It's like you can't beat that asset, and it's not just a wartime thing. This is everyday responsibilities. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yep.
So, I mean, all the different police departments, all the federal agencies. I mean, man, my last year and a half in the kennels, I took over plans and ops out at Leavenworth, and I still worked a dog at the time because we didn't have enough guys there to cover all the dogs.
Yeah.
And I was certified. When you're a certified team, it takes an act of God to get you to come off that dog. It just does, because you're losing an asset.
Yep.
I realized then how many dog teams are actually out there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, BNSF Railroad. BNSF Railroad has their own canine organization.
Yep.
I never knew that before. I was like, that's just railroad. No, they have their own canine guys. I mean, it's that important.
Yeah.
You know, we used to work with ATF all the time. I've still got my contact with ATF. They were trying to hire me when I retired.
Yeah.
They're gone all the time. No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I deployed enough in the Army. I don't want to be gone from my family now. You know,
100%.
2 weeks out of the month or whatever. I don't want to do that.
Yep.
But everybody has canine for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's where it's easy to overlook it when you don't do it.
Yeah.
But when you do the job like me and you did for so long, you realize what you have. And I mean, it's a great asset to have.
And that's where the Army looks at it as an asset they can spin up like this if they need it again, but they don't just want to understand and comprehend. You need the experience to train to be successful. And that's the battle with anything. It's all about money. It'd be cheaper to just restart them, SSD, petty. If we need them, we'll restart them. Don't need to maintain the asset right now because we don't need them. We don't need to invest that money. It all comes down to money and beans and bullets.
Yep.
And
that's all it is.
Drawdown, no war. They're like, it's not a priority.
It's sad that they look at that though, because right before I retired, they were doing the early retirement, and a lot of the guys with the experience and the knowledge got retired.
Yep.
And we're killing some of these programs like that by taking all the experience away. You know, I was glad to see they went to the 31 kilo. It made me a little nervous when you're sending guys straight from, you know, basic into canine school.
Yeah.
Because back then when like me and you went, it was kind of a privilege, you know, hey, you've earned this.
Yeah.
But now just kind of giving it to guys, I get it. We're wanting to boost up the program a little bit, but you need guys that have a little bit of military experience to do that. In my opinion.
100% agree. Yeah. There's definitely pros and cons to it, but there's pros and cons to anything, you know?
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Cause you can't get rid of them. If they're bad, you can't get rid of them. And that's the problem.
That sucks.
And so, I mean, do I think 31 kilo is staying around forever? No, I don't think so. I think eventually it's going to go back to an MOS or a skill identifier.
Yep.
And I don't think it'd be terrible. But again, I mean, if you were good and you were known and liked, you could stay in a kennel.
Oh, yeah.
I controlled my career all the way through. I mean, so it's just about being good.
Yeah.
You know? And you can do it. So am I against it going away? No, I don't really think so. I think I'd be okay with it because, I mean, I managed to do it for my first 12 years to stay in it before as an MOS.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible. It just makes you be better.
Oh, yeah.
Want to stay. And those who don't, like that, you're like, hey, you're done. Go to the line unit tomorrow. Finish.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was. Like when I was in, it was, you had 90 days to train on your dog and go to CERT. You failed CERT once, you got one more chance. You failed again, you're out. We don't need you because you're not picking it up after, 4 months.
Yeah.
We can't use you.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what I tell people, you can look at people's careers, and if you stayed in canine for more than a couple of years, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I had 12 years under my belt in it myself, and I left because I wanted to. It was just, it was time to go.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I'd been a kennel master. I was a kennel master in Iraq twice.
Mm-hmm.
My first time was an E5.
Yeah.
Over one of the largest kennels in Iraq at the moment, because the guy we had in charge then got fired because he was just a dirtbag.
Yeah.
So Timmons is like, hey, can you take this? I can handle it. I know what I'm doing. This isn't my first rodeo. I know how to handle this. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to Iraq again. Timmons was my brigade kennel master at the time.
Yep.
He's like, hey, you're taking over this kennel here. It's an engineer kennel. I need you to get it back in shape.
Yeah.
You got it. Let's do it.
Yep.
And I mean, I enjoyed it. And I'd been plans and ops. I've been a bomb dog handler, a drug dog handler. I was like, you know what? It's time to experience something else. I want to be an instructor.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to train privates too. So that's what I want to do.
Yep.
So I did that for about 13 months, and I went over and hauled explosives for about 4 or 5 months, and I PCS to Knox, did logistics, and I retired.
Yeah.
And they were talking, my unit there at Knox was leaving Knox and going to Fort Bragg. Yeah. I had just got there, and they're trying to take me with them, and HRC's like, no, we just brought this guy from Leonard Wood to here. We're not shipping him out. He's going to retire here. So then they started working on sending me the kennels. I'm like, nope. I archived my identifier. I went and talked. They're like, well, you got to go talk to the kennel master and do an interview. First of all, I have more time in grade, more time in service, and more time in canine than he does. I'm not interviewing for nothing.
Yeah.
So I went and talked to him. He's like, no, man. He's like, if you don't want to come, I'd really rather not have you. I was like, yeah, you don't want to lose your job. He's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm cool. So they put me in cadet command.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they couldn't use me either because I'm retiring. So they're like, well, we'll just send you over to the museum.
Got it.
I work out of 7 days. I'd work 1 day.
That's the best.
1 day a week. I was like, this is awesome.
Perfect last gig. Mm-hmm. Perfect last gig. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, canine was a great job. I mean, there's times I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss all the dog and pony show stuff we had to do.
I miss the old school canine. It's not the same anymore.
Really? It's changed that much?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You were like a brotherhood back then, everybody's friends. It wasn't really about rank. Now you got privates, do private dumb things, and you can't intermingle. And it's just not the same as it was. After Germany, it really just started going down. Like Fort Rucker was really good. And by the time I got back into the kennel, and the privates started showing up. I mean, they were good. It wasn't bad. It was just more Army.
Yeah.
That's just the way to say it. And now it's just, you can't. They don't have the bond, the trust, that kind of stuff. Like we all earned it to be there, so we all had each other's backs. We played pranks. We go out drinking. You can't do that anymore. Yeah, so it's not as fun anymore.
See, and to me, you're tearing down what canine is.
Oh, 100%.
Because you have to trust each other, and I mean the dog has to trust you. You got to trust the dog.
Yeah.
And I mean if wow, man, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I never thought it'd go to that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's more Army now. It's structured. You got privates, you got specialists. I mean, before it was rank heavy. And, if you were a specialist and it was all E6s, you still hung out and built those bonds, and you weren't a rat. You weren't going out doing stuff you weren't supposed to because you knew you were there. And now you have the typical line unit stuff, kids showing up late, not doing kennel care, like just dumb stuff. And you just can't give those passes because as soon as you give one pass to somebody and try, just take them out back and scuff them up, teach them a lesson, and they go to IG and it's not what it was anymore. And it was just time to go. It wasn't fun. It was just walking on pins and needles every day. You couldn't trust nobody. You couldn't rely on anybody because you only have one other staff sergeant, maybe a new sergeant, and then the rest is privates.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
See, that's why I got out. It was getting to the point it wasn't fun anymore. And it really wasn't canine in general. It was just, I was in a bad place, man.
It's the Army. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I was dealing with a lot from being in Iraq my last tour.
Yeah.
My wife had just had a new set of twins.
Yeah.
And she's living back here in Indiana, taking care of her dad, who's dying of cancer at the time. And we just couldn't get anything done to either get me back here or whatever. We couldn't do it. I'm seeing her and my brand new babies once a month, if that. And it was all coming down at once.
Yep.
And it got to the point I pulled Crane aside one day. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I said, we have to figure something out. I said, I can't do it. I just can't. I said, I'm getting to my breaking point.
Yep.
He's like, man, I don't know what to do though. I said, I know nobody does. That's the problem. Nobody knows what to do. And I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm unhappy. I'm not liking this anymore.
Yeah.
So it was like 3 or 4 days later. That's when Adams called.
Yep.
He's like, hey man, I got to move you. And, I yelled over because I was in my office. I yelled over to Crane. He came over to my office and I put on speakerphone. And Crane's like, dude, we got to get him out of canine. Yeah. He's like, he's not enjoying it anymore. He's like, he's about to go shit crazy. We got to do something with him.
Yeah.
So that's when I found the instructor position at Leonard Wood. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll archive my identifier right now. He goes, well, that's the thing. You got to send me an email requesting that. He's like, if not, the sergeant major here, she won't do it.
Yeah.
You got it. I typed it up, sent it up that day. Here you go.
Yep.
I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw the way it was starting to go. As they were talking about the 31 kilo then. Yep. They hadn't implemented it yet, but they were talking about it. And I was like, man, because they're looking for people to take over. They were each kennel was going to have its own commander, own first sergeant, and then you're going to have a kennel master, and then on down. I was like, man, it's going to get chaotic.
Yep.
Anytime, it doesn't matter if it's in the military or civilian sector. Anytime you start something new, it's chaotic at first.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to deal with that. But nope, don't want to do it.
This episode is powered by Dead Nuts Outdoors, makers of the most lifelike, lightweight, and weatherproof 2D archery targets in the world. That's right, we said 2D. We're talking full-size animals that brings the hunt to your backyard. Whether you're dialing in before the season or just burning daylight with your bow, Dead Nuts Targets makes practicing fun, training on full-size animals to ensure every rep in the backyard converts to your time spent in the field. Built to last, easy to haul, and 100% made in the USA, Dead Nuts Outdoors is a proud supporter of our veterans, investing in conservation, and they're rooted in building a better, more confident hunter every step of the way. They're proud supporters of the Praying and Slayin podcast network, and you can get 10% off your next purchase at deadnutsoutdoors.com by tapping that link in the show notes. Dead Nuts is helping us all hit the spot, not the dot. Hit it, Dead Nuts. Now, let's get back to the episode.
So let's talk about, I in the intro, I talked about the paperwork you sent me today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to post that at the end of the video and stuff. It's going to be up there for people to see.
Yeah.
Tell me the process. If somebody's sitting at home right now and this episode's already been posted or listening to this, mm-hmm. they find out they're going to Fort Rucker. What do they need to do to be able to hunt on post?
So it's really easy. It's pretty easy. I mean, obviously you have to register your weapons on post. That's number one. That's sort of common across everywhere. So you do that. Once you're registered, if you live in the barracks, you had to keep them at the PMO. But if you live in housing, you keep them in your housing, keep them off post, bring them on and off post with your registration. Then you got to get your Alabama hunting license. So you can go to Outdoor Rec there. You get your Alabama state hunting license with your orders. It's in-state prices. But then you also have to get your post license. So that's a couple extra bucks. But if you're 100% disabled or over 65, it's free. I think it might be for your license too now. And I wasn't in that category when I was there, so I didn't really worry about that. Now I could go back for free, I guess. But yeah, you do that. You don't have to buy extra tags. Your state tags work. You just got to have your own post license. And then they have that like iSportsman app, whatever they call it now. And you just log in and out of your areas, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple.
So how long did you hunt down there? How many seasons did you get?
I was there I think 2 or 3, but I really hog hunted down there, and there was no closed season.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So you can hunt hogs all year round. So
tell us what that was like. Cause I'll be honest, you're the first person I've had on that hunted hogs. Everybody I've had on so far is deer, hunter, turkey. So tell us about the hog experiences. I've never done it myself.
Dude, it was the most fun thing ever. I mean, I honestly would say if I had to give up everything, if I lived in the South where the hog population was like it is, I just hunt hogs, man. It's just a blast. It's
really
so much fun. They're nasty, they're mean, they're big, and they can smell and they can hear.
Yeah.
I mean,
so how did you guys hunt them there? Did you hunt them with dogs or just
No, I never did dogs. A lot of people did, but just stalk hunt, man. Just find the trail, find where they're at, and get in their area. You look for their sign because they root up, man. They just destroy everything.
Yeah,
everything. They're just massive creatures, and you just find the sign. We go out, walk in, and just find them and slay them, man. It was great. I loved it. It was so much fun.
I love it, man. I've had a lot of guys on here talking about deer hunting, turkey hunting. They get that passion. It's funny seeing you get that passion about hogs. Yeah. It's like I've only ever seen one hog in the wild, and that was at Leonardwood.
I've never seen one here. Yeah, I know they're here, but I've never seen one.
I've seen one on the AT4 range once. And that's the only time I ever saw one ever in the wild. I'm sure we probably got a few around here. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
But seeing the passion, man, in your eyes, you're just talking about you light up. It's like, man, I want to do it. I do. I want to go out and try it. Now, I've had friends of mine that they run up and stab them. The dogs get on their rumps.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. No
I'm
way.
not brave enough for that.
Yeah. Hold on. This is why.
Oh, we've got props.
Yeah. You see those things?
Yeah. See, I don't want any part of that.
No way. I ain't. Yeah. I'll shoot him.
I'd rather stand back and shoot with a gun. No. I don't want no part of that because that's gonna slice you open pretty good.
Oh yeah. Those dogs, they gotta wear Kevlar vests and everything because those things are razor sharp. Because you'll hear them when you're sitting there. they make this grunt and this chop. They snap their mouths together. And what that does is it sharpens those tusks. Those tusks are like razor sharp.
See, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would rather sit in a tree stand and shoot them over bait, or I'll take dogs out, let them grab them. I'll shoot them that way, but I'm not stabbing nothing.
We did do that too. We set up traps and we trapped them and because like what we'll do, my buddy had a farm just south of Fort Rucker, right across the Florida line, and we go catch a bunch of babies and take them down there, castrate them and fatten them up with corn, and then they're just like regular, pork.
Oh yeah,
we'd do that. That was a blast, trapping them. Yeah, there are some nights on that involved, a little bit of Jack Daniels and going out there 2-3 in the morning wrestling pigs. It was fun. It was fun, man. It was a good time.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they're squealing. You're telling them by the way.
Oh wow. Oh, you kill me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Dude, I don't know, man. I've never had the opportunity to really go after them and stuff. I think I've thought about, sometime maybe setting up a trip going to Texas or maybe Florida, going after them to see what it's like. Because I've talked to a few other people that have gone. Like, man, it's awesome. It's just constant adrenaline. Your adrenaline's constantly going. So
it is, yeah. It's just because I don't know, like finding their tracks and like once you find them, like they're in that area. So it's like you see the big wallers and stuff, and they rub around pine trees like bear, but they're so big they like whittle it down. So like they're just huge, yeah. And yeah, man, if you find like the areas they're at, the low wetlands and stuff like that, it's a blast. Like you can stalk them, and once you get closer here, like a little snort, and then and then you just got to hunker down and. Because that's like their little thing, they'll make a little a noise and you got to stop because they know you're there and they haven't found you yet. And then you just
they're not like deer. They don't travel, do they?
They do, but they travel in herds.
Yeah.
Packs.
So it's easier to find them then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to look for them. They're not, they'll come out in the dark for sure, like fields, stuff like that. But yeah, to find them during the day, you got to sort of find where they're at and then go find where they're at in that area, because they don't stay in just like a little area. They'll move up and down like ridge or valleys and draws and stuff like that. And it's just finding what they're at. Cause they eat anything. So it's like the cool, especially in Alabama in the summer, like where's the water? Where's the swamp?
So how long did it take you to learn how to hunt these things?
So really my buddy he's from that area. So he knew a little bit about it, and we just started going out and just doing it.
Yeah.
The hardest part was just finding where they were, but once we found sort of their areas where they're more common at, that's another thing when you go to these bases. I know a lot of game wardens get a bad rap, especially, I won't say anything, but the ones there were good. We befriended them. They were really cool. I got into archery hunting. The guy taught me how to shoot bow. He was just a great old man. And he'd tell me where he'd seen them and stuff like that. So if we were having a dry spell, he'd be like, well, I was out in this area a couple weeks ago. Why don't you go look out here? And we'd do that, And so it's a combination of talking to friends, talking to the game wardens, talking to people, just getting some ideas of where they're at. And even if you're in a dry spell, just ask somebody. Like on Fort Leonard Wood, they have a Facebook channel. You can just talk, ask questions. And there's always people out there that'll help you. There's people that come in like, hey, I just got here. I never hunted. I'd like to go. Would somebody take me out? And there's tons of people out there. Like I know Mike Bennett, who you had on. He's always taking new people out. He teaches like the Hunter's Ed here lately and stuff. Like there's tons of vets out there and people that have been here multiple times that'll just reach out and they'll help.
Well, and that's the reason why I started this whole podcast. Mm-hmm. You see me on Facebook every year. I'm going different places to hunt. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I do when I decide, okay, this year, like it was 2 years ago, I came out to Leonard Wood. I'd hunted Leonard Wood when I was stationed there. Yeah. So I knew the areas, but I know things change, especially on military bases. Oh, yeah. Rules and regulations change. Even during the year, they'll change. Yeah. So I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm being legal. I'm not going to get myself in trouble or get somebody else in trouble. So I called the game warden section on Leonardwood and talked to a guy there. And man, that guy was awesome. He's like, here's my personal cell phone number. You have any questions? He's like, call me. You're not bothering me day or night. Just call. He's like, I'd rather you be safe than sorry. I said, yeah, me too.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when I learned that, in Missouri, even though I'm not a resident, if I'm 100% disabled, I get resident prices.
That's cool.
I was like, okay, cool. And I learned too that Leonardwood had changed. Used to, you had to buy state tags.
Right.
Then you had to buy your own post tags.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore. It's just your state tags cover Leonardwood. I was like, okay, cool.
Nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And just, a couple areas had changed and stuff had changed like that. So that's why I always call ahead. I was going to put in for Leavenworth this year and go hunt Kansas.
Yeah.
But after my next surgery, it's like, nah, I don't really want to travel this year much. So I'm just going to kind of hunt here around home.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I wanted to start this, is I can get the information out to people if they have a question. And, not all the information I put out here is going to be all of it. There may be other things that we miss because things change. So your podcast is going to come out. This is going to come out towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Things may change next year.
Right.
So I always want people to go ahead and make that phone call, but they can get at least the basic information here and figure it out. And then starting next year, I'm gonna get a little more in depth and start putting up resources more and more. That's why I'm glad you sent me those pictures. I'll put those up there too. So when the video ends, they'll have those up there. Okay, now this is who I call. This is what I need. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, I want to be able to get the information out to everybody, but I also want to kind of prepare guys too. Cause like for me, I grew up here on the East Coast. I grew up in Indiana hunting.
Yeah.
When we moved to Montana, that was an eye opener for me. Hunting was different.
It was for me too. Cause I hunted in Pennsylvania where I was from. I never hunted the swamps before. I didn't know how to hunt the swamps and the flatland and all that. It was totally different from what I was used to, 100%. And just learning. And that's a great resource again with those chats. Had somebody yesterday posted, hey, I've never hunted stuff like this. Put a picture of a map up. He's like, what do I look for out here? And people are chiming in. Look for your saddles, your benches, all this stuff. And it's just, you just got to ask.
Well, and a lot of guys are afraid to ask because they don't want to seem stupid.
Right. 100%. You just got to get over that.
Yeah. It's one of those things like they always told us in the Army, you got to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
No question is a dumb question.
Yep. If you don't understand, you don't understand.
No, you got to ask, because then when it's time to do this, you're going to have no idea. And you're going to end up either getting yourself killed or somebody else killed.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell privates when I was an instructor. If you got a question, ask it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I don't want you going out here and getting yourself killed or someone else killed. I want you to be safe. I want everybody else to be safe.
Yeah.
So ask any question you need to ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, I helped, I've helped a few guys get on some of these bases and hunt. I want to get this out there to help more of, a bigger audience, a bigger variety of people.
Yeah.
Even if I just help one guy, even if it just helps one person, I feel like I did my job.
Exactly.
And this is something I'm passionate about. Hunting to me is not a hobby. This is a lifestyle. This is why I love this.
Yeah.
I started back after turkey season was over. I was already watching hunting videos. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get, because I get little tips and tricks off some of these guys on their stuff. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So,
and another cool thing about Rucker, before I forget, just popped in my head. So obviously it's a helicopter training base. Yeah. And you also have the SEAR school there. So a lot of the deep woods is closed for SEAR. Yeah. But during Christmas Exodus, they open it and they don't advertise it. But that is some of the best hunting on the base, is those SEAR areas. Yeah, because they're closed off. They're only open 2 weeks a year. There's nobody back there. It's great. Yeah. So there's a tip for anybody listening. Find out. Don't go home for Christmas. Go out there and sign into them stinking hunting areas, because you're going to see pigs and deer and everything galore.
At the end of the year, there's going to be some guy sitting there listening to this podcast cussing you.
Yeah, he's like, why didn't you post this?
Yeah, why'd you do that? Don't say that. Shut your mouth. You had a honey hole here. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a solo podcast here. Well, I'm actually gonna do two here in a little bit. I'll probably wait. I'm trying to get all my podcasts and stuff done before hunting season here starts. Because after we get done with this, I'm going out and jumping on the tractor, and I'm going down here on my place, and I've got 3 food plots to spray and kill off, and then wait 10 days and go in and till them up and plant them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a solo by myself on Fort Knox because I just found out Fort Knox just changed some stuff this year. So I'm going to go on and do a podcast about it and kind of do an update. And I'm going to do one on Leonardwood too. And I was sitting there thinking, I was kind of going over in my head on how I want to do it. And I almost let it slip. I was taking notes. I've got my little notepad here. I take notes on this stuff, and I was taking notes. I was like, nope, I erased that. Because I was getting ready to say, hey, hunting on Leonardwood, you may want to check out these couple areas here. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Erase that because I thought, nope, I'm going back out next year. I want to hunt those areas myself.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't need more competition.
Well, the good thing with the SEAR areas, there's a lot of them. So it's not giving away a secret. You still got to go back there because I don't remember the numbers. But you just and exactly where at, because we go out in the morning, we walk all day, so who knows what areas we were going in and out of.
Oh yeah,
probably not the right thing. You're supposed to sign in and out, but it didn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm not sitting. We didn't have Onyx or anything at that time, so it was sort of a guess, where you were at. As long as you're in the vicinity, you were good back then. Now they're a little bit more strict about it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, they take your hunting areas serious and stuff. And that's the one thing, like with Knox, I signed in a couple areas this year I didn't know very well, so I used Onyx a lot, and I'm glad there's apps out there like that. You got Hunt Stand, you got a couple others, but Onyx is my favorite by far.
Yeah, I think I have Hunt Stand and Onyx, but Onyx I use the most.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I like it the best. It's so easy to use,
and the offline maps, be able to download them. That's the best part. Yeah.
Yep, I don't have to have internet. I can download the map as long as I've got it for that. I can get on it and do whatever. And I think my Fort Knox map right now, I've got one whole area. It's just got red waypoints everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I found so much sign this year, found a nice big 8-point shed. I was like, nice. Yeah. I never hunted this while I was here before. And I've been stationed at Knox twice. I thought, I need to check this out. So, I did a lot of scouting during turkey season because, man, turkeys kicked our butt down there this year. It was bad.
I've never turkey hunted. That's one thing I've never done. I always wanted to. I've never gone turkey hunting.
You got to give it a try, man.
I want to, yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we plan on next turkey season in April? Yeah. I'll come to Missouri and we'll go to Leonardwood and we'll do some turkey hunting.
Sounds good, man. I'm down.
I got 2 spots at Leonardwood. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I think I can get you on a bird pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely like to try it. I haven't done it before.
We'll do it. I've got all the decoys and stuff. All you got to do is you provide yourself and a shotgun and we'll go.
That's easy.
I'll get you on a bird, man. Turkey hunting's a lot of fun. If you can get out there when birds they're talking and cooperating, it's a lot of fun. Now, if you're out there, you get one talking, but he ain't want to cooperate and come in, then it gets frustrating.
I see him all the time when I'm deer hunting, but I'm like, I don't want to shoot one, and then because I'm looking for a deer, and they're not talking or nothing. But last 2 years ago, I was hunting my buddy's farm up in Richland, and I bet you 40 of them just were surrounding me for 20, 30 minutes, just eating.
Yep.
I was like, get the hell out of here. I want some deer, man. But I could have shot so many stinking turkeys that day. It was ridiculous.
That's how it goes for me every year. I'll be down here on our place hunting. I'll be sitting in a tree stand and I'll hear them coming. I'm like, oh man, here they come.
Yep.
They'll be on the food plot just tearing stuff up. I'm like, come on, man, move on. Yep. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Let me relax and enjoy the deer. So I'll start taking videos and pictures and stuff. And then when I'm over it, it's like, okay, it's time for you to go. Get out. Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like the neighbor that won't leave.
Yep, exactly. You always see them when you don't. I'm sure when we go turkey hunting, all we'll see is deer.
Yep, that's normally how it goes. We did the same thing down at Knox this year, out there turkey hunting. The first morning we hunted an area I'd never been in before, and it was kind of crazy, man. It was like surround sound. I had 2 birds in front of us and one over here beside us. So I told him, I said, get up here about 30 yards in front of us. He'd never killed a turkey either. I was like, get up here about 30 yards in front of us, set up. I'll call one of these 2 birds in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard the one fly down. The one that was, well, I can't say closest to him, but he was on to the right of us here a little bit. I heard him fly down the other way. I was like, I don't know where he's going, but the other guy started coming in.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is, I could hear him drumming the whole time he's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy was up there in front of me about 25, 30 yards. He could see him, but he couldn't get a shot.
Yeah.
After that, man, we'd have him gobbling a mile away, but nothing would ever commit and come in. But we were on top of a ridge too.
Yeah.
And it's harder to get birds to come up is what I've always heard. Now, I've got some friends that swear, oh, you can call them appeal, no problem.
Yeah.
I've never been that successful with it.
Yeah. Well, when we go, I'll just grab one of my turkeys in my backyard and take it with us. I got
there you go. have Barrett take it out and have him drop it off in a field where we're going to go and just let it come in that way.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever know. We'll shoot it. I'll get video of it. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about, which I'm kind of glad we're talking about turkey hunt next year, because I'm kind of thinking about, I've got a new concept for this podcast next year I want to try. Since I travel so much, I go all these different places and hunt.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about kind of making my podcast kind of mobile, kind of doing it on the fly. So like, you get done hunting, you got all this time in a hotel at night before we go to bed.
Right.
I may jump on and just kind of do one real quick and just talk about the day's events and how everything went.
And do the hunt, man.
Yeah, and maybe even record part of my hunt that day and post that on there.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it'd be good?
I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
That's something I've been kicking around. Rucker, man.
What's that?
Maybe work something out, go down to Fort Rucker, get on some pigs.
Dude, I'd be cool with that. You can show me around. I'd be totally cool with
that.
Been
a while, but I'm sure we could find them.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find something. I trust you.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. You just got to let me know what your schedule looks like.
Yeah, well, that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to go down there and do it again.
So I also want to talk about real quick before we go. You've sent me a bunch of pictures of all the woodworking stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
Is that something you've always done? Have you always been big into woodworking and stuff? Or is that something you picked up while you were in or after you retired?
Yeah, I just sort of started messing with it when I was in Arizona.
Really?
Some like coffee table or end tables, and
something
special. And then went to Germany, kept doing it a little bit. I mean, I didn't have all my tools, obviously, but I bought some, started doing a little bit more. And then my wife, she got into like the vinyl signs, started making signs, and it's just sort of evolved. And now I've made, this is the second year in a row I've been making the award boxes for MPRA for their Hall of Fame, and just gradually learning and getting better equipment and more skill. I got a CNC, I have a laser, and just something I enjoy doing on my free time.
Do you have like a name? Do you have like your own company? You have a name for it? I mean, what?
Yeah, I call it Rustic Ridge Woodworks.
Okay.
Haven't really done much with the advertising stuff or anything like that. I thought about doing the business thing, but I don't know. I haven't just gotten to that point yet. I like doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
If someone asks me to make them something, I'll make it. And it just, I don't know. I'm there. I'm doing it. If someone has an idea, send it to me. I really like doing I got hooked on walnut here, man. I love doing black walnut. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's
what is it about black walnut? Is it the look of it?
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
It's so pretty once you get out. I've made some like live edge end tables and sofa tables. I really want to get into epoxy and start making some river tables. I got some real nice 2-inch thick slabs in my garage. They're just waiting. I just got to get the balls to sit there and do it and try it. Epoxy ain't cheap. The wood isn't cheap anymore either, but it's a lot cheaper than epoxy.
Yes.
So that's my next big thing to figure out is epoxy. I've done some small stuff, but never a real big deep pour.
Well, you'll get a shout out here on this thing because they're gonna hear that right there. That's good.
Sweet.
And then I may even try to post a few pictures of stuff you've done and get those up there because man, you did good work.
Thanks.
Like I said, I just need to get the dimensions, but I got to figure this out now because I guess I just found out this morning that I'm moving where my podcast / hunting room is. I'm moving to another room in the house.
That's why this is here. This is like the third move in the house. My wife gets a new idea for the room I'm in.
Oh yeah, dude. So for me, this is move number. So let's see. I was there. I moved 1, 2, 3. This will be move number 4 for me.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, this is the last move. I'm not moving again. I'm going to that room. I'm staying.
Yeah.
So once I get over there, I'll get the dimensions for you so I can get you to build my friggin' reloading bench.
Yeah.
I want to get that done.
Yeah.
So
that'd be real cool.
I'm looking forward to getting that done. But yeah, man.
Drop it off and do a hunt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. I definitely want to come out.
Yeah.
And go,
I'll drop it off to you, man.
Hunting.
Yeah.
And if we can find time to go down to Rucker, we'll go. I'm all for it. I've never pig hunted before. So I'll be the virgin there. You'll have to kind of.
It's been a while since I've been down there, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once you have it, you never lose it.
Yeah, I just got to get down there and remember. I think I remember the area that was good. I remember this one area, man. Just a quick story, you'll laugh because Timmons.
Oh yeah.
He is no sense of humor.
Nope.
Just great guy, just straightforward, whatever. So it was the day of the MP ball, and my commander, he sucked at hunting. He freaking sucked. And he knew me and my buddy Black could go get hogs. He's like, you guys can find us. Like, he called us the night before. He's like, hey, I want a hog for a company barbecue this weekend. I need you guys to get me some. We're like, roger that, sir. We're on it. So the day before the MP ball, we go out, we go back to this area, and we sneak in. We find where the hogs are at. We back out. We don't spook them. We found where they're at. We pushed out. We get back, and Timmons, we had to go to the kennels again for something. And Timmons is like, you two, no freaking hunting. It's like, we got the MP ball in the morning, or in the evening. You're gonna be here for your uniform inspection, all this crap, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no hunting. We're like, roger, sir. Okay. Commander, he's like, go. I was like, okay. So our plan was like, you know what? We're gonna go out in the morning. We're gonna go to first formation, and then we head off the rest of the day to get ready. We're gonna go to this spot. They're either gonna be here or they're not. That's all we're gonna do. So we get out there. We go out there. We sneak in, and my buddy always hunted with this old double barrel, and I had my Benelli, and I had it loaded to the teeth, And we get out there. We get to this area, we're looking around, and we hear that little snort. We're like, they're here. So we're getting ready, and all of a sudden, like, the woods lit up around us, and they just start running in circles around us, a whole pack of them just running circles. And I never forget my buddy. It was like an old Civil War thing. He's like, he gets down on one knee with his big-ass double barrel. He's like, shoot, you son of a bitches. And we're just sitting, I'm hip shooting these pigs. There's pigs flying everywhere. I reload, he's reloading. We're just shooting, and they're just swarming. We had so many damn pigs down. We didn't know what the hell to do. It was the wildest. It was like slow motion. I can picture it to this day. We're just sitting there, just hip shooting pigs, like just boom, 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 boom. So we're like, we get done. They finally leave. We're all out of ammo for like the second or third time. I don't know. I don't even know how many pigs. We were shooting babies and mamas and boars, and they're just laying everywhere. It was awesome. And we're like, shit, we got to be back in the kennels in like 2 hours. How the hell are we going to get all these pigs out of this bottom? We go over to the game warden, because you're not allowed to have four-wheelers. We're like, we told him what's going on. He's like, take the game warden four-wheeler, go get him out. So we get the four-wheeler, we go down there, we start loading all these pigs on there. We put so many damn pigs on this four-wheeler, the tires blew out. We're like, oh shit, they're flat. So we're like, son of a gun. I think we put 3 or 4 on the front, 3 or 4 in the back. We're like, oh no, what are we going to do? So I figured out we broke the game warden's four-wheeler. We got all these pigs. We're covered in blood and mud and all this crap. We got to be back. So we run back, drop the trailer off, go to the kennels, show up. We're not in uniform. We're covered in blood. There's dead pigs all over the back of my F-250. Timmons comes out. What the fuck are you guys doing? You got to be kidding me. We got to be here in 2 hours. You just going, you stupid rednecks, going nuts. We're just like, hey, my commander comes in. He's like, hey, guys, great job. Look at all these pigs. I'll never forget it. It was the wildest thing. I have some pictures, man. I'll show you. We're standing there. I think we got 4 or 5 of them back. And oh man, Timmons was like, you stupid rednecks. I told you no hunting. And we were just covered, man. It was a blast.
Oh man. I can see him flipping out too. Yeah. Oh, I can see it. I mean, he's tall.
Yeah.
People know he is tall, and he just man.
Oh,
I have to ask this, because he was my kennel master in Germany there.
Yeah.
When he would get mad, his lip would kind of quiver a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things. He'd be so pissed. His glasses and oh man. And another story, Timmy. I'll never forget this as long as I live. Do you know Stevenson? What was his? I can't remember. Oh, he's called Little Smokey. Stevenson. He was a great dude. He was at Rucker with us. And Timmons was in. We just got the whole OB yard and everything sodded, right? So Stevenson, he was like running this sprinkler. He's like, I want the grass to be good, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't remember what we did, but Timmons has the whole freaking office in the meeting room, right in the entrance, and he's just chewing her ass about something, just screaming at us, yelling at us, blah blah blah. And he goes to leave. He flings open the door, and that sprinkler hit him square in the face, knocked his glasses off. I never seen someone so mad in my life. And he just started yelling. He's like, "It's Stevenson! Get this fucking sprinkler out of my face!" And he marched out. I'll never forget having to maintain my composure in my life so hard. As soon as he left, man, I died. You just gotta know Timmy, and I hope I didn't mess up the podcast by swearing, but I'll never forget it. He was so mad. He slammed that door open and he's like, "Get out of here!" Boom! And glasses went flying, splinter right in the mouth. Oh my God, I'll never forget it as long as I live.
Oh, dude. If he ever listens to this, he's gonna kill us both.
I know. I hope he does.
He'll be the ninja outside killing us both. I swear.
I'll never forget it. It was
man, I've seen him do some pretty funny stuff before, but never that. That just
I love it. I still talk to him all the time. He's a great guy. You just gotta learn his sense of humor, I mean, it's very dry, but he's a great guy. He was a great leader.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, I gained a lot of respect from him. We didn't get along so well in Germany.
Yeah.
And then when I PCS'd, I got to Leavenworth. I volunteered for deployment to Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got down there, I found out he was going to be the kennel master. I thought, oh, God, no. I thought, I can't do this again. I'll lose rank this time.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it, man. I had to go up to brigade and meet him and stuff. And I got up there and he goes, listen. He's like, I'm just going to tell you right up front. He goes, I want to apologize. He's like, I let personal feelings get involved in professional. He's like, I shouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I want to tell you this. He's like, I found out after you left, it wasn't you. I was like, no, it wasn't me at all. I said that, but nobody ever believed me.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I found out it wasn't you. He's like, I talked to all the guys in the kennels with you. Mm-hmm. They had nothing but great things to say about you. I didn't know where it was actually coming from until you left. He's like, but I want to tell you, I am sorry. Yeah. I told him, I said, well, I'm sorry too that it all got to the point it did. But, you know, he's like, listen, you're starting out a fresh start here. He goes, and I'm going to tell you this. If I don't trust you, I don't trust you. He goes, I trust you. He's like, I do. He's like, so I'm making you a kennel master here. I was like, okay, cool. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. He's like, I know you can handle this. I've already seen all the write-ups and stuff from everybody else that you've worked for. Mm-hmm. He's like, I've talked to Crane. Crane's done nothing but sing your praises and stuff. He's like, so you get a fresh start with me. I was like, all right, well, you know, I gained a lot of respect for him then because it takes a big man to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, after that, I had a lot of respect for him. And, you know, I mean, he did a lot of great things for my career just there.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. I sent him an email. He never responded to my email, but he did text me when I was going to retire. I'd reached that point where it's like, you know, everybody. So the unit I was in before I retired was all top heavy.
Yeah.
Me as a staff sergeant, I was a private.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't feel like the Army was the same. I felt like it was starting to change.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in the Army where you took care of your soldiers. You didn't matter. Your soldiers did.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it was starting to get away from that. It was all about me. And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And it's like I woke up every morning feeling like a box of cereal. I mean, everything popped on me. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd had 3 shoulder surgeries. I'd had knee surgery. I'd had 2 neck surgeries. Like, man, I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
I can't. And I knew that me being in this unit with them leaving and me staying, if I did get promoted, I was heading back to the kennels. I knew it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't run and gun like I used to.
Yeah.
So it's like I had a decision to make. And it's like, you know, I started reaching out to senior guys that I knew from my career and just getting advice. It's like, you know, if you don't think you can do it, then don't push yourself too hard and hurt yourself more.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm just going to drop my packet. I'm going to drop my packet and retire. It's time for me to hang it up.
Yep.
But I mean, he was instrumental in my career a lot, especially in Iraq that time. He helped me a lot and I learned a lot from him. I mean, he's got a lot of knowledge. He does.
Oh yeah. Yep.
His sense of humor is dry. He has one because other guys are like, oh, he's got no sense of humor. No, he does.
You just got to understand it. Yeah.
Yes. You have to know him.
Yeah.
And you have to, he may not find the same things that me and you find funny.
Right.
His sense of humor is geared towards more of, I'm trying to think of the action figures he had.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He Star Wars and.
Yes, that's what it was. It's more geared around that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know a lot of guys that just, I don't want to say disliked him. They just didn't understand him.
Right. That's what I always told people. I was like, no, he's great, man. You just got to get to know him.
Yes,
You think he's being serious. He's not always being serious. It's just you just got to know how to take it.
Yes, I told him one day, I was like, because we were setting up a brigade one day, and I was talking to him, and I was like, a lot of guys misunderstand you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it right there. They don't understand who you are.
Yeah.
They don't understand your sense of humor or just the way you joke around.
Yeah.
He doesn't joke around like me and you do.
No.
And I told him, I said, that's a lot of the misunderstanding right there is they just don't know how you are.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I have no ill feelings towards you. You've helped me out a lot here.
Yep.
And he was changing out with he was E7. He was replacing Timmons. Timmons actually came because we lived where we were at in Iraq. We lived in a house.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 7 dog teams under me, and then I had 2 chews in the back. So I would put, and for anybody listening that doesn't know what a chew is, it's like a trailer. Yeah. They just call them chews for some reason.
Container housing unit, I think is what it is.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And each chew has like 3 rooms in it. So I would have transit guys come in that were getting ready to head out of the country. Yeah. They would land there. I'd put them up in the chews, and then we'd get them a plane ticket and get them out.
Yeah.
He actually came to the house the day before he flew to go back to. I guess he was out of Rucker then.
He was, yeah. We all deployed together out of Rucker.
Yeah, because that was 2009, 2010. So yeah, he'd been out of Rucker. Mm-hmm. He was heading back. Wait a minute. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I think we'll get to that in a second. So he actually came to my room, or he came to the house. We had a gate there. It was electric. You had to ring the bell. So I opened it. He came in. He's like, "Hey, I want to give you something before you leave." I was like, or before I leave. I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "I know you still got about 4 or 5 months left, but here, I'm going to give you this." Mm-hmm. He gave me my award for being in Iraq. Nice. He gave me this huge certificate that he had typed up. Yeah. He had this letter he had typed up about all the accomplishments I had while I was down there, all this stuff. He's like, "I wanted you to get that from me."
Yeah.
He's like, "I am really impressed by the way you conducted yourself here and the way you handled things." Because we had a lot of stuff come up as we were shutting down certain fobs, moving people around. I had to help do that.
Yeah.
And then I went up to brigade and helped up there so he could get some time off.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, you handled it well." He's like, "And I want to tell you, I want you to know that I appreciate everything you did here." Mm-hmm. So, he actually hugged me that day. I was surprised. I never saw that side of him before. I was like, "Wow, what the hell?"
Yeah.
So, I mean, really great guy. So, Stevenson, I think he was
Mike
Stevenson. What, in E6?
Yeah.
Okay.
He bald guy.
What's that?
Bald guy.
I think he was in Iraq the same time I was. Didn't he deploy then? Because there was
no, he didn't deploy with us.
Okay.
It would have been like rotation or 2 before that, I think.
There was a guy out of Rucker that was down there. He was in E6 that he worked with Timmons.
That was Adams.
Okay, yeah. Adams. So I was at a fob with Adams for a couple months before he left. He left and went back, and I took over the kennels there after he left. And then we got this Navy guy in that just made senior chief. Mm-hmm. I think it was senior chief.
No, chief. He would have made chief.
Or chief.
Yeah.
And then he came out of the kennels and went somewhere else, and I took over for a little bit until another guy came in and I left.
Yeah.
So it was constantly back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was Adams that I met from there. That's who it was.
Yeah, Adams. Yeah,
he seemed really quiet too.
He was just grumpy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He told us that. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just a grumpy old man." He's like, "But I mean, he was a cool guy. I know."
Yeah, he's a good guy. I still talk to him every once in a while.
I see him actually. He'll pop up on Facebook every once in a while. People you may know. So I've been meaning to add him. I just haven't yet, though.
Yeah, he probably won't. I don't think he uses Facebook much anymore. He's old fashioned. He probably still has a cricket phone.
He uses carrier pigeons.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
man, I'll let you get back to it. Sweet. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
it sucks about the technical difficulties we had, but we got through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
awesome, man.
I'll look at when we get closer to the end of the year. I'll start looking at my schedule for next year. Yeah. We'll get something set up for Turkey, and if you've got time, we'll figure out a way to get to Fort Rucker. I'd love to go. I think it'd be awesome.
I think it'd be a cool plan one of these days, for sure.
You let me know your schedule. Hopefully that hiring freeze stops out there here pretty soon.
I hope so. October, supposedly.
That's what I've been hearing too.
Sorry. Something just exploded. Damn, that was close. Woo!
How close are you to base?
Pretty close. They must be firing Micklix or something. I don't know. That was a big one. Woo!
Could be the engineers too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The engineers. Yeah, I don't know. That was loud. Holy crap. That shook the damn house. That's not usually that loud here. Sorry about that.
We had that happen last year here, and No, but so we're close to a rock quarry. So I figured it was them. I was like, no, it's kind of late at night. Maybe it's crane because crane's a Army Navy. Yeah.
Indiana. Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe it's crane. I was like, no, it's still kind of late in the evening. I find out later that night, a guy was in his house and he went to light the stove and it blew up.
That's what that sounded like. That was loud. That was not normal, but yeah, I guess I'll have to go check stuff out. Make sure my neighbor's house is there.
Yeah. This guy's house was 7 miles away.
Oh, knocked some stuff loose. That was
weird.
It did.
I'll let you go so you can check on things. I'm sure it's probably linterwood, but I mean, I don't know, it may not be.
That's weird to knock stuff off. Yeah, that was a big one.
That's pretty big.
So, all right, man.
Well, thanks for coming, man. I'll shoot you a message right before this drops.
Okay, yeah.
I think you're going to be around October, November 15th, somewhere in there.
Okay, cool.
So I'll let you know when, and then, like I said, we'll get together next year and do some turkey and hog hunting. I'm all for it.
Awesome, dude. Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. Well, be safe. Take care, and I'll see you later.
You too, man. God bless. We'll see you.
All right, you too, man.
All
Bye.
Right. Bye.